Greetings, friend. It's Alexander. Today we enter not a discussion, but a covenant with the most powerful and terrifying force in the universe, your own mind. We begin by utterly discarding the modern illusion of power, the chasing of external validation, the waiting for sudden, massive luck, and the belief in victimhood. We begin with the profound, immutable, and liberating truth revealed by the great thinkers. Your mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a garden to be cultivated. Every reality you inhabit, every triumph you celebrate, and every persistent failure you endure is a direct, predictable result of the seeds you allow to be sown within it. The philosophical foundation of all lasting achievement begins with this absolute sovereignty of thought, articulated so simply yet so completely. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is not merely a metaphor, it is the operating system of existence. Your entire outer world, your physical vitality, your exact financial standing, the quality and commitment of your relationships is nothing more than a precise, delayed mirror reflecting your innermost thought patterns, your deepest, most consistent convictions about who you are and what you deserve. If you find persistent weeds of doubt, corrosive fear, crippling debt, self-sabotage, or consuming envy in your life, you must understand that they are only there because you, and only you, allowed the corresponding thought seed to take root and flourish. You are not a victim of cruel circumstance. You are, by the sheer, relentless, unsupervised force of your continuous thought, the deliberate and terrifyingly effective architect of your own destiny. The blame, the responsibility, and the ultimate limitless power both rest squarely with you. The greatest, most seductive deception the drifting soul embraces is the belief that a thought is harmless until it is translated into a grand, visible action. I tell you, every grand action begins as an invisible thought seed. The persistent thought carves a neural groove into your very being. That groove hardens into an impulse. The impulse demands expression as a routine, as a habit. Your current character is merely the total composite sum of all the thoughts and beliefs you have entertained up to this very moment. If you wish to achieve massive external change, if you wish to transform your external life into a reflection of your highest ideal, you must stop chasing grand, fleeting motivation and begin the immediate, relentless, meticulous work of weeding, tending, and fortifying your inner garden. This is the work of radical self-accountability, the complete acceptance that the state of your inner soil is the only thing that truly matters. To escape the crushing cycle of accidental living, we must first learn the sacred tools of the master gardener. The plough is discipline, not a punishment, but the difficult, strenuous, necessary act of tilling the soil. This means tearing out the deep, obstructive roots of past grudges, the choking vines of ancient resentments, and the insidious, limiting beliefs absorbed unknowingly in your youth. The seeds are your habits, those small, repetitive, and often unconscious actions that, over time, determine the entire, inescapable harvest. If your habits are built on weakness, on passive consumption, or on emotional escape, your life will yield predictable weakness. If your habits are built on clarity, deep intention, and structural growth, your life will yield mastery, influence, and unwavering strength. Your strategy for internal mastery must be simple, elegant, and entirely within your grasp. It must replace the chaotic, high-energy, and inevitably crashing bursts of motivation with the calm, compounding structural power of a robust system. This single shift in perspective, from chasing a massive, overwhelming external outcome to mastering the daily, infinitesimal thought and action, is the key to your liberation. This is the profound understanding that the architecture for your life's mastery must be engineered down to its smallest component, which is the system of the atomic habit. The work of the mind begins now with the commitment to see thought as action and the smallest habit as the most powerful determinant of your ultimate destiny. We must build from the molecule up. Once we accept the absolute sovereignty of thought, we must move from philosophy to precise behavioral engineering. The central tragedy of human effort is that people approach their life goals with massive, unsustainable energy. They try to will their way to a new reality, only to be defeated by the crushing, gravitational inertia of their old systems. I tell you, discipline is not motivation. It is design. You are not lacking willpower. You are lacking a system that honors the psychological truth of how human beings operate. You're trying to climb a mountain while carrying all the dead weight of your past environment. To transform the garden of the mind, you do not need monumental effort. You need atomic habits, tiny, scientifically sound shifts in your daily system that make failure difficult and success inevitable. The profound, life-altering change happens not in a sudden flash, but in the slow, relentless, exponential compounding of habits that are 1% better every single day. The successful understand that mastering one tiny habit today yields more results over a decade than any single heroic burst of energy. We must build a system where the default action is the beneficial action. The goal is to make good habits irresistible and bad habits impossible using the 4 psychological laws of change. The human brain craves clarity and visual cues. If you wish to implement meditation, the plan cannot be meditate more. The plan must be the implementation intention. When I finish washing my morning coffee cup, I will sit on this specific blue cushion, put on my headphones, and breathe for 60 seconds. Furthermore, you employ habit stacking. After your existing routine of checking your first notification, you commit to writing down your top 3 tasks for the day. By making the action visible and specific, you remove the friction of choice and replace it with the structural certainty of ritual. Your environment is the invisible hand that ruthlessly shapes your behavior. Design your apartment, your office, and your phone screen to eliminate cues for bad habits, like keeping tempting snacks on the counter or leaving notifications visible, and to highlight cues for good ones, like keeping your phone in another room, placing a book on your pillow, or a water bottle on your desk. You are architecting a space where the right action is the path of least resistance. A habit only endures when it becomes emotionally magnetic, when it carries with it the feeling of immediate positive anticipation. We are not logical creatures of patience. We are emotional beings wired for instant gratification. To align this truth with discipline, you must use temptation bundling, the art of pairing what you need to do with what you love to do. If you must spend 15 minutes budgeting, but you crave listening to an inspiring lecture, the rule becomes simple. I will only listen to that lecture while I'm sitting at my desk managing my finances. The reward becomes inseparable from the effort. You transform duty into desire, making the beneficial act the very gateway to pleasure. The healthy choice begins to feel inevitable because the mind now associates progress with satisfaction. Understand this. The ritual that comes before the reward is what creates the craving that keeps the habit alive. You're no longer forcing discipline, you are engineering attraction. The secret of massive sustained achievement is ruthlessly reducing the barrier to entry for the habits you need most. We are implementing the 2-minute rule. If a habit takes less than 2 minutes, it must be done immediately, without debate. Do not aim to exercise for an hour. Aim to put on your workout clothes and do 5 stretches. Do not aim to write a chapter. Aim to open the document and type the title, or simply one profound sentence. When the habit is easy, the crushing inertia of starting is destroyed. Destroy the preparation stage. Your commitment is to the process of showing up, not to the performance on any single day. Consistency is the only currency that compounds exponentially, far outpacing isolated acts of heroism. We repeat what we enjoy. This is the silent law that shapes every human life. The greatest challenge is that bad habits offer instant gratification, sugar, scrolling, gossip, distraction, while good habits carry delayed rewards, strength, freedom, peace of mind, financial stability, confidence, clarity, and self-respect. And so the mind, impatient by design, betrays its own ascent. To reverse this pattern, you must give your good habits immediate meaning. Reward your progress in real time, and your mind will begin to crave growth itself. After each essential habit, perform a small ritual of recognition. Mark an X on your calendar. Never break the chain. Savor a deep breath of pride. Take a mindful walk. Listen to your favorite music, or simply whisper gratitude for the self who chose growth over comfort. And when you speak to yourself, do not affirm the past. Reshape the self. Address your mind as if the transformation has already occurred. Say not, "I will become disciplined," but "I am discipline itself." Say not, "I will finish what I start," but "It is my nature to complete what I begin." Every word you repeat becomes an instruction to your subconscious, and the subconscious obeys without question. Through repetition, the mind rewires its own image of who you are, until your actions follow effortlessly because they can no longer contradict your identity. This process is not about chasing results, it is about proving identity. Every mark, every repetition, every reward, every affirmation writes a new truth into your subconscious. The moment you truly believe you are disciplined, discipline no longer requires effort. It becomes your nature. At that point, you are no longer forcing change. You are simply living in harmony with your higher design. The successful deployment of the atomic habit system leads directly to the accumulation of genuine personal power. And here we must shift from the scientist to the strategist. Most people believe power is about grand gestures, loudness, or aggressive confrontation. I tell you the deeper, more profound truth, the secret of the silent masters. The most powerful move is often the one you don't make. Power is not external domination, it is radical, internal self-control. It is the strategic mastery of your own reactions. When you master your habits, you gain the discipline necessary to master your inaction. This is the strategic self, the self that chooses to be immune to the destructive games the world plays. We must embrace the law of controlling your emotions. The greatest threat to your power, influence, and internal peace is the spontaneous, uncontrolled reaction. When you react with unbridled anger, fear, or raw desperation, you hand the entire field of play, your reputation, your leverage, your mental peace, directly to your opponent. The Stoics understood this law perfectly. The external world cannot hurt you. Only your judgment about the external world can. Your habits of deep, measured breathing, deliberate pausing, and analytical thought are your inner shield against emotional compromise. When provoked, your instant habit should be the strategic delay. Silence your response for 24 hours. This denies your opponent the desired chaotic reaction and forces you back into a position of intellectual command. Never let your opponent see the rope they can pull. For the moment they find your trigger, you become their servant, no matter how clever your words. We must adhere to the law of guarding your attention. In the modern age, your most valuable, most finite asset is not your time, it is your focus. Every piece of information, every distracting notification, every piece of toxic gossip is a calculated, strategic drain on your finite mental energy. The powerful mind learns to ignore. Action. Implement zero tolerance for triviality. Create a mental fortress around your concentration, refusing to entertain the trivialities and the drama that would diminish your purpose. Your ability to ignore what is irrelevant is a measure of your maturity and your power. Your reputation is the shadow your habits cast. Guard it by making sure your focus is always on creation, on contribution, on the ascent, never on reaction, consumption, or petty grievance. This is not arrogance. It is self-preservation of your most sacred resource. And finally, the law of knowing when to stop. The weak mind confuses discipline with mindless persistence. It pushes until it breaks or burns out. The powerful mind knows the strategic value of withdrawal, of silence, and of non-engagement. Action. Discipline is the conscious decision to stop when stopping is the most strategic move for your long-term goal. It is the ability to disengage from a losing argument, to stay silent when provoked, and to choose rest over ruin. You must practice the art of inaction. When in doubt, observe. When in anger, withdraw. When facing chaos, be still. This stillness is not weakness. It is the strategic conservation of your vital energy. Your strength is defined not by what unnecessary pain you endure, but by the strategic battles you choose to avoid. The disciplined mind is a strategic mind, and the strategic mind, coldly, calmly, and intentionally focused, is the most powerful force on earth. It saves its energy for the moments when decisive action is required, ensuring that when it moves with the full, compounded weight of its intentional habits. We have tilled the soil, mastered the systems, and embraced the strategy of inner power. Now we must unite these elements into the final covenant, the relentless, unstoppable march toward your compounding destiny. This is the ultimate law of manifestation, where intention becomes reality through structure. Understand that your small atomic habits are not merely systems for productivity. They are vows to your future self. Every single time you execute a small habit, that 1 minute of focus, that one strategic pause, that 2 minutes of easy movement, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. And every time you allow a bad habit to persist, you cast a powerful, destructive vote for the person you fear you will become. The ledger of your life is balanced daily in the minutiae of your choices. Your character, your true, indelible mark upon the world, is the ultimate, inevitable result of this compounding interest. The thoughts you entertained in part 1 became the systems you deployed in part 2, which gave you the strategic self-control in part 3, and now they define the power and influence of your final destiny. There are no skips, no shortcuts, and no appeals to luck in this process. It is pure cause and effect engineering, where you are the sole engineer. There is no waiting for the harvest. The harvest is already happening. Your destiny is not a single point in the distant future. It is the inevitable conclusion of the trajectory you set this morning. Stop waiting for the grand theatrical moment of change, the flash of genius, or the sudden, overwhelming wave of motivation. The profound, life-altering moment is now. It is the moment you choose the right action over the easy one. It is the moment you choose to guard your attention over letting it drift. It is the moment you choose to be the gardener, not the victim of the soil. The work is internal. The reward is external, and it is absolute. Your only contract is with the system. Never fall in love with the goal. Fall in love with the process of showing up. The goal will come, not because you chased it, but because you built a reality where its presence is required. Your ultimate power is the ability to consistently operate in alignment with the highest version of yourself, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This is the truth of manifestation. The disciplined mind is the manifestation machine. Go now. Build your garden with meticulous detail. Master your strategy with unwavering resolve. Cast your vote wisely, every hour of every day, and let the inevitable force of your disciplined habits carry you to the summit you conceived in your heart. Go well, my friend. I'll be waiting for you in the next one.